Hi everyone. Well, I did not get a run in this morning because one, it snowed last night, not too bad. I could have ran it. That's how much snow we got. But I really did not want to run in -4. It got cold last night. Just ridiculous. But, so we'll see. Hopefully, if it warms up enough when I get off work, then I'll go for a run. Hopefully it'll be warm enough I can take the dog out too. If not, I guess later this afternoon before I leave work, I will be hitting the treadmill. But we'll see. Okay, on my way home from work, I was able to get at least a few miles on the treadmill since it's still darn right frigid out here. It's not as cold as it was this morning. -4 this morning. It says it's 13 degrees right now, which I could have grabbed the dog and ran outside. 13 degrees isn't a whole lot for us. But that's sometimes what you got to do, even though I hate the treadmill. Just to keep the legs loose, like I mentioned in previous video, this weekend I do have the USA cross-country national championships, where I'm definitely going to be competing a little bit out of my class, but I figured I can see how well I do. You know, my training definitely isn't where it needs to be. At first I wasn't planning on doing this race. I did do the Club National cross-country championships in Pennsylvania last month. And I decided I was going to take 2 weeks off. It's the first time I've actually taken 2 weeks off in a couple years, just to give my legs a little rest, do a little strength training. I was towards the end of the training block suffering a little bit from runner's knee, so I wanted to make sure I did a little bit of strengthening exercises and everything for my knee. It feels pretty good now. Still a little bit, I can tell. The other day, hitting the mountain, doing the 8 miles up to the top of the mountain, my legs actually felt strong. They felt good. But it'll just be, this weekend will just matter if I can actually have the turnover or not I need to in order to be able to pull off the speed. My main goal, you know, if I can get down around the 35-minute mark, because it's a 10K, you know, I'd be happy. I know I won't finish in the top 25 to qualify for the USA team going to the Pan American Games next month, but it would be nice. That was my goal when I first signed up. I looked at the status of entries for the race, and there was only at that time about 24 individuals, so I was 25, and you have to be in the top 25 in order to qualify. So I, you know, was like, well, maybe I figured there might be maybe 10 more, you know, people maybe sign up for it, and I might be able to compete, maybe finish in those top 25. But now I looked this morning, and there's almost 50 people signed up now. So I think top 25 is a little overzealous now, but if I can finish, you know, like I said, around that 35-minute mark, I'd feel good. It would be an actual PR for me cross country for a 10K. I have ran a 10K a little bit faster than that during previous races, never during an actual 10K race. I think actually my fastest 10K was during a half marathon. Kind of like how my fastest half marathon was actually during a full marathon. But you know, we'll see what we do. I'm a very optimistic guy. You'll see during a lot of this stuff, during a lot of my videos, that I have a tendency to be very, very optimistic. I've always been that way. So it'll be exciting to see what happens. I mean, I'm looking forward to the San Diego weather, that's for sure. Better than the snow and the cold. I can take the snow, but you know, I don't know about the cold. Guess the question to you guys is, you know, how do you guys deal with running in the cold? You know, do you run in the cold? Do you have like a set temperature that you'll run in, not to run below? I mean, the coldest I'll run in is probably around the -5 mark. Much colder than that, I have to cover up my face, or else it just gets too cold, and then I just have a hard time breathing if I have my face covered up. And that's really the only limiting factor I have for running in inclement weather. The snow, I have no problem running in the snow. Doesn't matter. I have, you know, just I don't wear any yak tracks or ice trekkers or anything like that. I just, you know, make sure I run a little bit slower. Right now I'm using the Brooks Calderas. I think it's the Caldera 3s. They're doing pretty good. I've used them up on the mountains as well. But you know, so I don't have any problem running in the snow. If it gets really icy, you know, just because I don't want to slip and risk injuring myself, I usually don't run outside. And that's how it was 2 days ago, or might have been 3 days ago, when I tried to go up on one of the mountain trails, and it was just sheer ice. And it just wasn't even worth it, so I just turned around and only got maybe a 1.5 mile run in is all. But anyways, I'm gonna go home, say hello to the dog, and probably do a little work for remodeling my place. Hopefully get that complete, you know, to be prepared to move here in a few weeks. Make sure, if you guys want to, you can follow my Instagram and my Strava account. I'll post both of those on this video. Just you know, feel free to follow me. Usually you can see on my Strava, I'm horrible about stopping and starting my watch when I come to intersections, or have to stop to let the dog go to the bathroom, anything like that. I'm good about stopping it, I just forget to start it all the time, so I just let it go. So my paces aren't incredibly accurate. If you dive down into the miles a lot, under the analysis on my Strava account, you can see you know, what my actual miles per minute are. But since I'm so bad about starting it again, I just leave it on all the time. I've tried having the auto start and auto stop, but I've learned when you're from a little bit further north, it does the satellites. I have a Garmin, but the satellites don't pick it up very good if you're behind buildings, or even when I'm up in the mountains a lot of times with the steeper slopes, so it'll just turn off even though I'm actually moving. So I just decided to turn off the auto start or auto stop. And main thing I'm worried about, I'm not really worried about because I run by feel anyways, so I just worry more about how many minutes I'm out there, especially now training for ultra training, how how long I'm actually out there moving versus how many miles I've done. When I'm doing my speed workouts, then I worry about that, but then I'm not usually using my watch anyways. I'm usually using just a stopwatch. But be sure to post any questions down below if you guys have any questions for me. You know, as this channel picks up a little bit, you know, might every week or so, depending on how many questions there are, I'll do a little question and answer video as well, where I'll answer everybody's questions. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. The more subscriptions I have, the more I can do these the videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like my videos, and then follow my Instagram and Strava if you guys feel like you want to. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Here's my little girl. There she is. Hi. Guess who's home? Hello. Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day? Did you have a good day? Look at you. Yeah. Silly girl. You a silly girl. You're a silly girl. Oh, look at the tail wag. Look at that tail wag. Hi. Hi. Okay.